All right, well everyone, hello and welcome back. So in this video, you are going to learn about English initialisms. Initialisms. Now, what is an initialism? So I know that's a complicated word, but it's very easy. An initialism is basically letters that we use in place of words. So we take a long phrase and we use initials, meaning letters, to make this phrase very short. And so an initialism that you may be familiar with is USA. USA stands for United States of America. And as you see in this phrase, United States of America, we just use the first letter. So the U means United, S means States, and A means America. So USA is an initialism for United States of America. And so in this video, I'd like to share with you 5 initialisms that we use in our everyday lives. So let's get started. All right, so initialism number 1 is VIP. VIP. So VIP stands for very important person. Now, who is an important person? So usually important people in our society are people like celebrities, musicians, actors, actresses, or they may be people like that hold high positions in the government, like a president or an ambassador. Okay, we think of these people as very important and we call them VIPs, very important people or a very important person. All right, initialism number 2. This is something that you hear a lot in Japan, SNS. SNS. So we don't really use SNS too much in America. We usually say social media, but SNS stands for social networking service. So what is a social networking service? It's basically something online that we use all the time, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, there's many. And so we come to these places and we share videos and we comment on things. This is a place where many people come. So SNS stands for social networking service. All right, our next initialism is FAQ. FAQ. FAQ stands for frequently asked questions. So this word here, frequently means a lot. So if you go to a website, usually on most websites they have a section that says FAQ, and on this section is basically a place where people ask the same question all the time. It's very frequent. So we just put these questions together, into a page and people answer them. So it's called frequently asked questions, FAQ. All right, our next initialism is MC. MC. So if you've ever attended a wedding or some type of event, there has been an MC, the person that's holding the microphone. An MC stands for Master of Ceremonies. Master of Ceremonies. And basically, this is the person who is kind of hosting the event, who's kind of calling other people up to speak and just kind of, making sure everything runs smooth. An MC is called a Master of Ceremonies. All right, our next initialism is DIY. DIY. DIY stands for do it yourself. So if you are someone who likes to build their own furniture, make crafts, make things for your house, you like to do it on your own and you don't like to buy it from the store, you are a DIY person. Okay? So DIY stands for do it yourself. All right, and our last initialism is ASAP. Sometimes we say ASAP, but you might hear, we use both. We say ASAP and ASAP. What this stands for is as soon as possible, quickly. So you can say, please call me ASAP. Please call me as soon as possible. Please send me the information ASAP, ASAP, as soon as possible. All right, everyone. So we are ending this video. I hope that you learned a lot. So these 5 initialisms that I share with you, we use these in our everyday lives. And so the next time you see something that says VIP or SNS or DIY, hopefully you can know what it means now. So thank you very much for watching the video, and I will see you next time. Take care.